James Harden, I mean, he initially wanted to stay in Philly. Like, let's not get this twisted. James Harden wanted to stay in Philly. Once he realized the Sixers aren't offering you a max contract, he was bitter. He was bitter. So then he was like, heck, let me go back to Houston. Houston was like, we done found somebody else. So now he's super salty right now. He's like, dang, like I done gave up $15 million last season to win a championship, and we get bounced out in the second round. So I could see why he'd be salty, right? You didn't missed a lot of money in your career. You could have signed a long-term deal with Houston. Instead, you wanted to request a trade, go to the Nets. The Nets were going to give you a long-term contract extension. He said, nah, I'm cool. Then request a trade to Philly. James, you have zero leverage now. Zero. The only thing that James Harden can do to get traded is do what he did in Houston. Come into training camp fat or just not come at all and just quit. But Harden should know that if he does what he did in Houston, it's already a low chance that he's going to ever get a long-term contract. Probably never. But if he does what he did in Houston, I promise you, I promise you, he will never get a long-term contract. You can't keep doing this quitting stuff, bro. You quit in Houston. You quit with Brooklyn. Now you're about to quit with Philly. Now, I've been one of the people that's been telling you, hey, look, I can understand why you be upset because I am not good enough as a man to give up $15 million for the Sixers front office to build a good team around me. I'm not that good. If I was Harden, I'd be like, well, shoot, I'm good enough. I'm enough. Let's get right into it. Me and B, let's do it. And I would have took all my money, that whole $47 million. Facts. But, I mean, look, kudos to James Harden. That's what he wanted to do. But now he's salty, right? So I think the part that hurts James Harden the most, the part that stings the most, what reports did we hear all year? James Harden in Houston is becoming a reality. James Harden in Houston, he's going back to H-Town. And then what happened? Houston was like, you know what, Harden, we found somebody else. And they give Fred VanVleet, an undrafted guy, $43 million. I know James Harden is thinking to himself, I'm better than this guy. I mean, if you being honest, bro, I think Harden's better than Fred VanVleet, bro. I think Harden is better than Fred VanVleet, bro. But I think the biggest thing is attitude. You know with Fred VanVleet, he's going to play, and his attitude is going to be great. You don't know with James Harden, bro. He might pout. He's going to have his little issues. And I think that was the decision maker in Houston not signing him long-term and maxing him out. And that's what happened. So now he's in no man's land because he's mad at Philly because Philly ain't giving him a max contract. Houston done found somebody else. So he knows if I don't opt into this $36 million, I ain't getting no cheese, bro, from nobody else. It's not one team in the league that's giving you $30+ million a year. They'll give you 15, maybe 20. But that's it. That's it. And now I'm hearing that the Clippers aren't even interested no more. No, no. Look, James Harden is going to stay as a Sixer because what's gonna happen? Daryl Morey is not gonna trade him for a bag of chips, and no team is going to give the farm for James Harden. It's not gonna happen. So James Harden, just suck it up, swallow your pride, and play in Philly for one more year. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, you have no options. Now, if I'm the Sixers, if we can finesse James Harden for Zach LaVine, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's kind of clear. But you feel me like Zach LaVine? Zach LaVine? I do that. I do that. I don't know how the contracts shape up. I have to hit up my guy, NBA Trade Center. But that's the only deal I see right now that makes us better than we are right now. But it's just like I just think for both sides, I don't think the Bulls are gonna trade for James Harden, bro, or trade Zach LaVine for James Harden. Uh, and so it's just best for both teams. It's the Sixers or James Harden to just rock out one more year. Heck, James Harden, if you have a great year, the Sixers, oh well, if not the Sixers, but another team will give you some bread. But if you pout in all this stuff, you're not gonna get no cheese, bro. You're not getting any cheese. So if I was you, again, I would try to win a championship at the end of the day. Even though I do believe that Joel Embiid folded in the playoffs, bro, Harden, you're going back to the MVP, bro. You're going back to playing with a top 5 player in the game. Like, you're going back to playing for a team that is a contender in the NBA. And you're making $35+ million, bro. Like, is it that bad? Like, is your pride that big that you really want a max contract that bad when you know how bad you played in Game 7? You know how bad you played, bro. And I know that you want the max contract just off the strength of you gave up 15 mil, but you know how bad you played, bro. And the NBA is about what are you doing lately? What have you done for me right now? And lately, in Game 6, in Game 7, you was bad. Very bad. Tremendously bad. Awful. Everything above. Super bad. Trash. Yeah, trash. So, I'll be interested to see what James Harden does, but I'll just keep it a bat. I'll keep it a bat. Keep it a buck. He's staying in Philly. And I'll say it one more time. The only way James Harden is not staying in Philly is if he pulls a Ben Simmons, if he quits on the team and says, I'm not coming to training camp, trade me. I'm coming into the season out of shape, trade me. If he pulls a Rockets on him, trade me. That's the only way that I really see James Harden, you feel me, doing it. Otherwise, he's going to stay in Philly. They're going to run it back one more year. They're going to get knocked out in the second round. And that's what's going to happen. But I want to ask this question for Sixers fans. Would you rather be knocked out of the second round 3 straight years and then be trash because Embiid ain't what he used to be? Or would you trade Embiid coming off of MVP when he's at his highest value he'll ever be and build a team around Tyrese Maxey. Let me know what you would do. Because if it was up to me, I would say just trade the team. Build around Maxey. Let's see what we can do. Because the process is done, bro. It's done, bro. It's done. It's done. If the Sixers could not win a chip this year, when you have the Celtics with a new coach, when you have the Heat with all those injuries, when you have Giannis with all those injuries and the Bucks with all those injuries, when you have the Knicks, like it was wide open. When you have Kyrie and KD leaving the conference, if you can't win last season, y'all is never gonna win. That is why I say trade Embiid. You're never gonna win. Never gonna win. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think about James Harden being adamant that he wants out of Philly. With that being said, y'all, I'm out.